And we're live. Hello, everyone. This is an Ninja GC joining it for another Reactor video. This time from MLP Season 8, Episode 7, I think.
Yeah,
joining me again.
Episode 7. Yeah.
Joining me again is Herd of Bronies.
Hello, all you ponies. I'm a herd of bronies. Welcome back to Let's Watch Season 8. And it's the Celestia. Just a Celestia episode. I'm really excited. I was going to say Celestia and Luna, but no.
All right. Next up, Carlos.
Hi guys, my name is Carlos Martinez Jr. I am go by the angry video game adaptation nerd right now because gosh, oh god, Persona 5 the animation is just blind. It's blind on your eyes. I'm trying to keep the positivity, but no, A1 Pictures, you just destroy everything that I love.
There.
Thank you, Jen.
No problem. There.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, A1 Pictures is mixed. Like they're like, I wouldn't say they're bad animation studio, but it's like they're either going to make a good adaptation or a horrible adaptation. There's really no in between.
It's none.
I think actually a lot of it comes down to like how much is adapting and how much is let's make up crud. But
Make up stuff.
Make up stuff like, I don't know, putting a puzzle in, or I don't know, making a second retrospective in an already convoluted flashback sequence, which the game is based off of. Yeah, like, we just to keep on showcasing the traitor. It's just too idiotic. Like, that was when it was like, that's it. They really got to pound the pig if you're gonna mess up the story that much. Yeah.
All right. Next, and following that up, Jenn.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jenn, and ready for the latest episode of My Little Pony. Also, consoling Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
There.
There, Jen.
Thanks.
There, and so on.
There, and so on. It's one big giant, like, internet group hug.
Internet group hug full of feels and pities.
Yep. Internet group hug. Nobody can handle all the feels of this.
The feels are too strong in this one.
Feels are way too strong. Can't handle it.
You can't handle it. It's a big emotional output.
Exactly.
All right. If that's said, are you all ready for some MLP?
Yeah.
Ready.
Yes.
Ready for the mind bleach.
We're ready.
All right. Press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Here we go.
Princess Celestia, I have an idea.
Did start up for everyone?
Yes.
One anniversary?
The 1,111th year anniversary of when you first raised the
Wait. 1,000.
Hooray! We have a date.
You're not the only one.
Get on it, theorists.
A date not named in moons.
We'd like to perform it at my School of Friendship, if you don't mind.
Celestia!
Whoa!
I think a play is
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh my god! I have never seen Celestia that animated.
There's new show stuff.
Every pony coming together to create a magical experience to share with others. I've always believed theater brings out the best in us and forges a special bond of friendship.
Celestia loves theater, huh?
Theater club.
Oh, not me. I was always too busy with my magic lessons to be part of any plays myself. But still, it's something I always wished I could experience.
Wow!
You still can. Princess Celestia, we would be honored if you
Okay.
Oh my god! Whoa!
This is gonna be something.
This is gonna be something.
Okay. New show stuff prefer Celestia over Luna. But not in the way of like Hasbro banning them from season 1. More of like, okay, we want to juvenize and energize this Celestia and show her a lot more than Luna. Because we actually are a fan of Celestia over Luna.
Because it seems like, okay, but because it seems like they think that Luna's getting the bigger fan base than Celestia.
Yeah.
It's so great to see her so lively and animated.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
When did that happen exactly?
Okay.
Don't you see, Spike? It's perfect. Princess Celestia
Ooh,
always
another new
wanted to
writer.
play, and this one's about
All
But how
about
are we supposed
her.
to give her directions? She's the ruler of Equestria.
Good
She's
point,
also
Spike.
our friend. Celestia's always kind to everyone.
Oh, forgetting about that one
If
episode in
do
season
something
6
for her,
done by
we should.
Nick Hofalone.
Come on. How many times has
Yeah.
Celestia helped us, guided us? Yes, Princess Celestia?
Your invitation is very kind, but are you certain it's wise? I have no acting experience at all.
Experience? You'll be playing yourself.
This is
I'll
your
help you.
this is your documentary, essentially.
Oh my
So much to
goodness.
students if you were in our show.
Well, if you're sure,
Oh, Nicole Oliver, that was a precious. Are you
then
sure?
I would be delighted to join your team.
Oh my God, this is giving me flashbacks back to middle
Wow.
school.
It took 8 seasons for this moment,
Wow.
and I love it.
Wormy apple course, Pinky. How many times have I told you to keep your special things away?
Pinky is Michael Bay confirmed,
327.
Yep.
Unless you just did.
as of movie 4 of Equestria Girls, of course.
Yep, pretty much.
And now Earth, and now current Pinkie Pie is showing that.
Once you get past terrifying, paralyzing things, it's easy. Now I just hope Princess
Philly Vanilli callback.
Yep. Good callback.
She sees these fabulous costumes. All she'll be able to say is,
Bravo! Instead of bravo.
heads up! Here comes our answer!
She's ready for the party cannon.
Yeehaw! We get to put on our show? Even better. Princess Celestia is gonna be our star. Yeah. Celestia? Starring in our play? This is huge! Well, she was a little nervous at first.
Oh my God, Pinky's not being happy.
With us helping, it'll
I just want to check. What's everyone times at?
Oh no, rarities.
4:15. 4:15.
What?
If Celestia's going to be in our play,
What was it?
take everything
4:15? Oh, no, he said 4:20, 21, 22.
Yeah, forget my regular party cannon. For princess size effect, we're gonna need
Big part!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
It's a telescope cannon!
Oh no. Next level party cannon. Whoa, sheesh.
Wow.
It's not as big as the party hopper, but
Holy
I'll
crap.
take it.
Holy crap, she can just pull off sonic rainbows like that.
Those were formal things.
All right, just want to check again. What's everyone's times at?
4:52.
450. Yep, 52.
Warm-ups with a princess, blowing your nose in front of a princess, sitting around just
Starlight, yes.
You already do that.
Right.
Starlight, this is.
That's different. You're not a
Oh!
thanks.
What?
Celestia wants
Excuse
to
me,
do a special friendship
one part of
theater.
that act was definitely
What
contradicting.
part of wings and horns do you not understand? I'm a princess.
Quit. It's only a couple of
I got the wings. I got the horns. What you got?
No, Applejack! You've already set this for death.
We're here to rehearse a new day in Equestria.
Oh my God, Spike, look at how cute you are!
Directed, written, and produced by Twilight Sparkle.
Page 1.
We need more theater, Coach Spike.
Action. Once upon a time, before Celestia,
BC.
Equestria was suffering terrible hardships. Raising the sun every morning
Oh,
was
it's the
so
students.
hard, it took
Yeah, the
5
student
plus
6.
Plus, Stars wrote the
Mhm.
to do it.
Hey. Okay, the one who shouldn't have power should be the changeling right now.
Unicorn helping Stars wrote to use so much magic.
Aw.
Lost their power.
What?
Oh, it's from the book from Amy King Rogers. Unicorns
Journal of the
raised
Two
to moon and
Sisters.
sun.
Land would be covered in darkness. For
I can't believe they're actually using Amy King Rogers' work right now.
Why does it look like a disco ball?
even I can't believe how good my play is. The
I was expecting a disco ball.
Because Applejack loves disco. It's pretty obvious if you think about it.
discovered she had the power to raise the sun herself without draining her magic. That's your cue, Celestia.
Oh, right. Of course.
My God. He's nervous.
What? Oh, I said it is time.
You're not supposed to be imitating Fluttershy right now.
And your delivery was great. But maybe you should try it a tiny bit louder. For the ponies in the
Oh my God! Please tell me it's Rory Cat's
Oh,
hot
no.
voice.
Oh boy. Oh God.
Reminder, Twilight.
Yes!
Time for a new day in
Ah, there it is.
The Royal Canterlot voice.
Yes!
It returns!
No, you're doing fine. Why don't we try it one more time? Just like you're talking to me.
It is time for a new day.
She sounds like a valley girl!
I'll get more energy.
You're bringing out Piggy! You're bringing out something!
How is that?
No! No!
She's like, don't mess this up for me, Applejack.
It's like Applejack's
This
the
kind of
leader for this
episode
one.
is just what Celestia needed. It works so well.
I think the fact that this episode might also be like the first good Applejack episode in a long time can also help.
Come on.
The way that she's being.
Girls, throw off that machine hat and let's have
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
This is definitely a breach of our contract of the Royals harming the students from different countries.
Oh
We have to
dear.
go more now.
What are we gonna do? If I tell Celestia she's terrible, it'll hurt her feelings. She'll be a bad friend. But if I keep her in the show, she'll be the laughing stock of Equestria, and I'll be a worse friend.
You need to tell Celestia the truth, Twilight.
The other suggestion.
Why don't we just cancel the show?
Okay, let's go past those real suggestions for fictitious
Right now,
ones.
most of Equestria doesn't even know we're doing a one'sversary play. If you shut it down,
No,
And
Pony will
now,
never know. So they'll never find out Princess Celestia is a bad actress. And she won't be embarrassed. That's the perfect plan!
Uh,
Right! I
On
just finished telling
Damn you, super speed!
Dash.
Yeah! You should have seen how excited they got when they found out Celestia was in it! They said,
Oh.
Now you done. You done
It's
did
the
it, Dash.
rumor mill.
Oh.
You can't dissuade them now.
did
You
I-
screwed up.
Just a bright
You
light
done did
bulb
it,
being
Dash.
snuffed. But that's okay. If we can't cancel the show, I know what I have to do.
be honest with Celestia and give the lead role to some pony else?
Not a chance.
Twilight, you know truth is a huge part of
You're coming from the element of honesty.
Look,
But what if the truth is that not every pony's dreams come true?
instead of just watching it. And I plan to keep that promise. But how?
You want to give me acting lessons?
No. More like a special workshop with other actors. To take your performance from good to flawless.
Thank you so much, Twilight. This is what I always knew theater must be about. That special stage pony bond. Yeah.
Hammer of True, Freddy.
Princess Celestia, meet Method Mare performer.
Oh, they're from the Manhattan episode.
From Manhattan.
Oh, season 6, from Main Manhattan.
Yes.
The pleasure is all mine. If there's anything I can do to become a better Celestian, I will. What do you have planned?
Well, I thought we'd make it up as we go along. Otherwise known as...
Yes, improv.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
You had to pick
I
these
make
people,
you stop.
Twilight. You just
Get out of this box.
The my box.
What box?
How's it going over here? That's
Nightmare Moon's Raid.
why I have something even better.
An actual disco ball?
It's the perfect.
Just conjure up the sun. I'm sure it's not hard.
Nope.
It was the perfect substitute.
So,
Please give me something to be happy about.
Let's try
Oh.
visualization and your skiing.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Oh my god, she's really cute in this.
I'm getting chilly.
Oh.
Should I get you a blanket?
All aboard! The pony...
Oh my god, Celestia! What's so awkward?
Wow.
I think we can learn two things from this episode. One, Celestia can't act, and two, Twilight cannot direct a play.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we bow to fate.
Well, what do you feel?
I feel nothing.
Why do
I must be
I
older.
feel happy.
Do I
I'll
want
go
to
for a walk.
So much.
Fire! Fire to the blade! Fire! More nuclear fission.
What are they doing now?
The simplest acting exercise they could think of.
Oh!
Game of charades.
A puppy. A duck-billed platypus.
Nah.
Oh, they got that from Cards Against Humanity.
My love for
But that's
Equestria
so
and the pony.
Oh gosh, she's crying.
Promoting, didn't you?
Oh. What that
Now
face?
that's the best acting.
What that face?
Hey,
Oh wait, finally a late night event that Luna can attend.
I tried. Tim tried. So we have to face facts. We can't make Celestia an actress, so there's only one thing to do.
Tell her the
They could do
truth.
something else.
No,
And now Rainbow's getting tired of this.
I've rewritten the script to give Celestia a more artistic
Oh.
story with no lines, and to make sure
She's gonna be the rock in the background.
flashy as fit, son.
Oh my god!
Come on!
No!
Pinky, that looks unsafe. Why would
Magic-
magic fireworks that I bought in a back alley
What?
at 6 p.m. midnight be
Trixie! You're scared.
Pinky? Really?
Oh my god!
Oh no!
I mean, can you really blame Trixie because they're fireworks? I think this is completely Pinky stuff. Okay, that's very good.
You didn't blame Pinky for this! Uh-oh.
I can't take it anymore. It was supposed to be a simple play. Just one simple play. And then everything goes wrong. From the stage to the proms, right down to the worst screen.
And guess who's behind her?
Finally, a proper breakdown.
Uh-oh.
Twilight, if you honestly felt I was a bad actress, why didn't you tell me?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult your acting. It's just I got so stressed.
Oh!
But that's no excuse for what I said. You have every right to be upset with me.
I'm not upset because you insulted my acting.
You're not?
I'm upset because in all the time we've known each other, I thought I taught you about the importance of friendship, trust, and honesty.
Oh!
Oh dear.
Wait. No! You can't fly away now! Look! The ponies are taking their seats for the show.
Bloodness, Rainbow!
Sorry. We can't put on a show with no lead actress.
You go find Celestia. We'll figure out a way to stall this thing till you
It's
get
time for improvisations.
Good luck. No pony's gonna volunteer to try to take
Oh!
No, pony.
Absolutely tiny creature.
Oh, boy.
No!
It's Equestria games all over again.
Oh no!
Celestia, please wait. Can we talk?
I'm afraid I haven't much to say, Twilight.
I need to pout.
All right then, just listen. You've guided me since I was a filly. You've given me knowledge and advice and friendship. Just once, I wanted to be able to give something back to you. I know what I did was wrong. I should have told you the truth, but I promised you could be in our play. I had to make it work.
Something. The animation feels different with this flight.
Disappointed you.
You really mean that?
Of course. I look up to you more than any pony I've ever met. I hate to let you down, like I did.
Oh, you had good intentions, Twilight, but you know that the truth is
Yeah.
always better than a well-meant lie. Didn't Applejack remind you?
About 100 times. And now, because I didn't listen to her, I've ruined your whole one's-versary.
Well, I don't know about that. Isn't there an old saying, the show must go on? There may be a way for us to save the play yet.
But how? I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not an actress.
No, but I am a
Mm.
princess.
No, Spine!
Bad news. This play is officially a disaster.
Fortunately, I know a thing or two about how to deal with those.
You
came back.
Yes, but let's celebrate later. Right now, we have a show to do.
But how? The audience is about to riot. We have no backdrop, and our lead actress is...
Honesty.
Yeah.
No longer in that role. Rarity, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Twilight, go calm the audience. Let them know the play will start in just a minute. Rainbow Dash, bring in the and place them behind the stage. There, that's our new backdrop. Starlight, do you have a copy of the script? Spike, narrate the play.
What?
Oh my. Me? Playing you? Well, you like me play
You have experience. You have experience, Felicia.
Oh, mother.
Visualize with me. You're a princess. Regal, commanding, confident. Feel the rising sun's warmth.
That would not be taken out of context on YouTube.
Celestia was suffering terrible hardship. Raising the sun every morning was so hard that it took 5 unicorn sorcerers, plus Star Swirl the Bearded, to do it. You call those brave?
Oh, the Catalan elite.
Oh no, hecklers, what should we do?
Spike, improvise. Yes, and raising the sun each day was super draining. But you can see that for yourselves, right? Beat up or what? Star Swirl so stressed. That's okay.
The costume comes back.
Cute.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
It's time for a new day in a
Brilliant.
In all the commotion, we forgot we don't have a
Let's
sun.
use the real sun.
We play charades.
Fluttershy. Oh!
It's just like,
Nice.
I'm confused by this.
My goodness, I had no idea this guy
Well, Albert spits on faster than the actual sun.
Now I get what you said. Now I get what you said. Like, I am a princess. I can make the sunrise. Yeah.
Success.
I just feel bad you never got a chance to actually be in it.
You shouldn't. I never felt I had to be on stage to be a part of the show. All I ever wanted was to share an honest bond of creativity, artistry, and happiness with my friends.
And of course, as your leader, the director is perfect for you.
For saving our pleasure,
Perfect.
Princess Celestia.
You're welcome, Twilight. But from now on, you'll have to call me
Oh.
Huh? Wait, what? We don't?
No. I had so much fun tonight, I've decided to give up my crown, the throne, and Gotcha.
Well done, Celestia.
Debated.
Well done. Well done.
You baited all of our hearts.
Lovely. Well
Love
done.
it. Love it. Bravissimo. Bravo.
Bravo. Bravo.
Good episode.
Carlos, we got the stride. Carlos, we got the stride. We got it.
We have it.
We have the stride. Great job. Bravo.
Oh my God.
Ladies and
just
gentlemen,
to sort
I
of
think
give some
we got a
heads up.
gem.
Well, I was saying, like, I heard good things about this season so far. That was what I didn't watch any of the leaked episodes, but I had knowledge about the general reaction people had of them. And for the most part, all the literally leaked episodes were like very positively received. This was the first one.
Yeah.
So it's just saying, like, yeah, this is probably going to be a wave of good episodes right after this.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes.
At least I think I'm pretty sure this is the first one.
Well, I mean, like, no, wait. The 6th episode was also released.
Was?
The 6th episode, Surfing and Turf.
Oh, it was? Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I think I remember that one. Yeah, that too. So, well, actually, the episode was pretty good too. So,
Yeah, it was still like feeling like a bit of a questionable quality, but still was better than its predecessors. Like just translating itself. But this episode was just like, no, there's no clear confusion about it. This is actually a great episode.
This is a great episode, and you know what?
Yeah.
I don't mind. It took eight seasons for Celestia to get her own episode. This was worth it. I think this is definitely worth the wait, and they had to find the right. Sometimes it can take a show a certain amount of seasons to find the right writer for the right script and all that fun stuff. And hey, I'm glad it took this long, and it was worth it because this was great. We got a stride now.
I mean, for two of the new writers back to back to have good episodes is actually a pretty good start for them.
Not too bad at all.
Because in the past, usually it takes like 2 or 3 episodes for the writer to really start to catch their stride.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is a new one, right?
Yeah, very much a new one. Keita. We never heard about this Keita before. Would you say almost like beginner's luck, or? But this is I don't want to say beginner's luck and be like beginner's luck, but this is a good one out of the gate. Oh, there it is. This is a good one out of the gate. Okay, checking this. She's only written for 3 other stuff before this, and they're very much different years. Like Aaron Stone, an Ultimate Spider-Man episode, and Gummy Bear and Friends, the Gummy Bear Show for an episode.
Wait. You mean Gummy Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere?
I don't know.
Around the yonder there. Here are the Gummy Bears. You mean
it's not that Gummy Bear. It's actually like the one from the meme one in which like you can have it as a ringtone, like the green Gummy Bear with like its ear bite off.
For a minute, I thought it was the '80s Gummy Bears, and I just aged myself. Oh, you heard nothing. You heard nothing. Forget it. I'm old enough to remember it, so whatever.
I mean, aside from that, apparently she's a logger from The Amazing Race from 2014, which I don't know what a logger is.
What was it?
Logger?
A logger. Like L-O-G-G-E-R.
Oh, that's exactly what it sounds. I don't know.
I don't know what that position specifically. I mean, I would imagine it's something involved with writing because she is a writer. So I'm thinking maybe she's probably logging a lot of the video footage and all of that. Like, because a lot of what you have to do, like which can be a very boring task for documentary style production because you have to like write down and like copy every single line of dialogue and everything that happens and all that for hours of footage. It's so horrible of a thing to do to documentary.
Oh my god! I just remember Aaron Stone.
What?
It was like this live action, like sort of like before Sword Art Online was a thing. It was like a live action, like a guy becomes like his avatar in real life, becomes a hero.
What?
Yes. Apparently, she was like a story, like a story consultant for like 9 episodes of this TV show.
Oh
my god! But this is that's just crazy. It's like I have a slight connection to her.
Like, how about that?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just. I just looked at like the picture and it's like, okay, I'm remembering a suit of some sort. Unless if I'm confusing it with like something else. I remember like oh wait. It was a Disney show. No, wait, I didn't see this. I thought this was something else. Disney Aaron Stone. It's sounding weird, but
hey, so are we ready for our final thoughts?
Final thoughts.
Jenn's off that
Sorry.
rapid fire.
Okay.
Sorry. Rapid fire final thoughts, go! Oh, I'm just kidding. Sorry, just that I have to get to bed soon, and this has been a hard day. But my thoughts here. We've hit a stride. Great day. Well, I don't know if a debut of this writer, but the first time I've seen it. But great, great first entry, I guess, to the show. If that is the case, it was great seeing Celestia so animated, and this can definitely be good. This is definitely, I'm going to say, yes, I think I can say it's a great episode because it was great seeing Celestia kind of animated, and that little thing she did at the ending, that was good too. That was really good. It's a great Celestia episode. Very pleased with everything. Really funny moments and just really pleasant, really great. So we got we may have a gem. We may have one gem this season, but I know there's more to go. But more to go. But there. Wait a minute. I know there's more to go. Maybe there's more. Who knows? But we got one. So that's one thing that's great about this show. Even if there's like some kind of meh and some duds, there's still at least one shining one. You know what I mean?
One shiny piece of the puzzle.
Yep. Shiny. But now that's my rapid fire. Final thoughts. I must bid everybody here and the viewers good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
And with that, Jenn disperses. But yeah, this episode, horseplay, was it?
Yeah.
First of all, it's like only like it's great. Like it's like not like top tier. Like if only just because like it's like not.
It feels
like
like there's it feels like there could have been some fat and like some parts are a little slow, sort of thing.
I could definitely see that. I felt also it's like Celestia's characterizations, like this new Celestia characterization that we've had since season 7, I believe. Like it's like it doesn't complete. It's not like it's a somewhat of a portrayal of like the calm and like somewhat jovial Celestia we had before, like in season 1. But like with this episode, it's like okay, we're actually going to use her not just for like a world problem and such. Like we're actually going to try to like tool her, and like while she acts normal like other ponies would in this situation, like do a pouty face and like fly away like in the sky essentially, though she knows like though she would know like that sort of thing wouldn't usually solve anything. But it just felt like while like the thing was going on that I just felt like Twilight's apology wasn't really like hitting like the hard point as to like why she lied. Like I mean like breaking promises, sure, but it's like okay, maybe she did. It's just like she like trying so hard to fulfill a promise and then just blowing up. So it's like of course everything does not go as planned when it comes to a production.
But going off of like Celestia's betrayal here, not the betrayal of Celestia, but I mean her portrayal. The one thing is like I feel like going off what Jim said, like her being very animated, I feel it's a good depiction of Celestia. The only problem is like it's been so long since we've actually seen this side of Celestia, because this reminds me a lot of like Celestia back in like season 1, where like whenever you got like some like time with her, like you always seen a little bit more of a goofy, silly side to her.
Oh wait a minute! I just remembered.
They sort of like forgot, like they sort of downplay that throughout seasons 2 through 7. They sort of just kept up the very regal princess demeanor for most of the time. To a lot of people, justifiably complain about that. Now that them be doing a 380 in season 7, some of this one, it just feels jarring, even though it's a good thing, sort of thing.
It's actually 180, not 380. You're mixing your max and your 180s and 360s. But yeah, like I just remembered every single dance that we've seen, like there was always like a shot of Celestia just being like, "Oh, let's cut a rug," like at the tail end of the episode, like with season 5's "Make New Friends But Keep Discord" being the one in which she actually moved like that in the middle of season 5. Just I forgot about that, and it's true. Like most of the time, we hardly see her. Most of the time, like in the show, like at the beginning and the end, she's like very regal princess. And
it's like very rare that we ever see her in any other sort of light.
Yeah, and this was an episode that was like fully encapsulated in all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's the thing that's like very odd, but not unwelcoming at the same time, because it's like Celestia is fulfilling something that she's wanted to do ever since she was a young alicorn girl who was working with Star Swirl with spells and such, because that basically was her childhood, lilyhood.
I mean, like, remember back to like Slice of Life, back when we saw like Celestia and Luna acting more like sisters, bickering between them. We saw that was like a light that we didn't see them in at all from seasons 1 to 4. And, it's been there, but we just haven't seen it.
That's okay. So then instead, it's more of like, say, season 2 to 4 might be the culprit because that was the Mega McCarthy era. Then season 5 came around. They wanted to pander for the 100th anniversary of the 100 episode anniversary. So we had that scene.
That was season 4 that the 100th anniversary was in.
No. It was season 5. Season 5, episode 9. 5? Yes, it was. I have a clear memory. It happened after Lost Treasure of Griffinstone.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was season 4, huh?
No. Season 4 was a chock full of episodes, including the biggest concentration of Spike episodes. I should know. That was the episode that awakened me as a Spike fan. And also included the DBC fight at the end. But, yeah. Like, what I guess what I'm saying is, like, season 5 through 7, technically, at the cutoff point at the beginning, was, like, hints of like those traits, which then took 2 seasons to like fully flourish in season 7 with like a royal problem, like having like the sisters bicker as soon as like the kid gloves came off, like as soon as they were told to directly confront the problem. Now in season 8, it's like a festive party Celestia is fully coming out in theater in which she's supposed to act, but that was only in the background. But when she's trying to talk, it's like she has no idea about how these proceedings work. Like, well, even though she's seen so many plays, like her just like talking, like I think it was like her trying to be polite when she was like whispering like the first time, in order to not like shout the interim. But then when it's like be a little loud, it's like okay, of course for the comedy's sake, it's like bring out the Royal Camelot voice for freaking callbacks, you know? It's just like, but then afterwards, it felt like sensible things that she would clearly have problems with in theater because. It's not just, you can just go on in and just immediately act. No, you need to do practices. Like, you need to make sure that, like, you're synergizing with your team. It's not just a you effort. You can't just be, like, a pomper and instead you just be like, okay, you're ready, even though everyone else was practicing beforehand, assumingly. It's like, I should know. I did 12 Angry Men with a bunch of girls, and I was the only guy for that production. It was weird. It was very weird.
Yeah.
But I still loved it. I have such aspirations for the theater acts as such, which is why I feel like this episode felt like a really nice callback to Made in Manhattan. Not just in like bringing in those 2 actor voices. Like it just felt nice. It just felt subtle. But it elevated everything beyond thanks to adding the key point Celestia in. With like those bursts of energy. And then
that's reminded me, like the funniest part with those one ponies is when Celestia fails the most simple thing with improv and the actress pony just starts crying.
I noticed that too.
I didn't notice it.
Like actual tears, you can see her like crying in her face and crying. It's hilarious.
That was harsh.
I feel so terrible for you. You don't deserve no punishment. You've done enough, girl. You've done enough. Oh my God. It's just too precious. Oh, it's like that. Things like that which you might not pick up on the first viewing just enriches the episode a lot more. Just jumps into the drama, pulls out all the stops, and just think like, this is the chaotic, hectic show that theater people have to go through. Be careful of props, or else you'll be like Spider-Man alone in the dark.
But also, can I say I think it's sort of funny though. Like another like sort of subplot some people could joke about is how arguably the biggest villain of the season so far has been Pinkie Pie.
What do you mean about Pinkie Pie?
Because like she keeps like messing things up, like first with the Mudbringer, then what was this?
Yeah, it is Mudbringer.
I'm just gonna call him Mailmod.
No. Stick in the mud for Jen's sake. For Jen's sake. Like,
but like then on this episode, like it's like, oh, let's make a sun out fireworks. That could not. It's like I like everyone's like reaction to like justifiably like what are you thinking, Pinkie Pie?
And then you go and trip around back to like a movie 4 and just be like, oh yeah, that's right. She's tripping on balls. That's what Pinkie Pie is thinking, gentlemen. It's yeah, like she was very much full on the dumb scale. It's like, oh, I need to create these elaborate schemes of making a sun burst a balloon, which I forgot that we were in a cave made into a theater with stalactites. Then I tried to like make a sun out of like a, I don't know, like a just a marshmallow, and then s'mores into death. Because of course that will not fail, even when we're in wood. It was just like, it was like the comedy was on point, and I didn't care like for like how stupid Pinkie Pie was. It was laughable. It was enjoyable. It was parodying like the amount of stunts that people have to do in order to avoid these screw ups, but then having every little screw up happen. It's I don't know why I feel super chatty about this episode for a weird reason. I wonder why. But yeah, it's like if this episode doesn't convince you whether or not you know where you are in the Princess War, then this episode does. If you don't like the Celestia at all, in all of her splendor, then you're clearly a Luna fan. Go off to like on the hot topic and just be like, I'm listening to my soul sing in these pop albums of Linkin Park. They feel me. But also Ninja, I also like to point out like a comparison to like what you said about these episodes like being like a surf like the ones that were leaked, and Surf and Turf was actually one of them that was leaked. There was a very different feel when it comes to the animation. Like while Surf and Turf had like the Cutie Mark Crusaders and Twilight like walking in the foreground down the stairs awkwardly, this episode had flight animations that felt different but more natural and more fluid. You know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I say fluid, like a very watery, like I would say it felt slower, as in like, but more detailed, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, it felt more weighted down, more weighted, like each movement was like, even if it was slow, it's like very detailed, like adding that visual flourish to it. Yeah, it's
like you could kind of see they put a lot of effort into it to make it look real.
Yeah. And it was also really nice seeing like the two Alicorn princesses being like, okay, let's resolve our problems on top of a cloud. Because hey, we have wings, we can sit on clouds. Not just be like sitting on the ground or sitting like in a royal's castle or something like that. No, we're just sitting on a normal cloud. Like that nice down to earth feel, you know? Even though they're not on Earth. See, but overall, like, and the last point I want to make is like seeing like Luna just rolling her eyes as soon as like she starts seeing the sun. I was just like, this is my night, woman. What do you think you're doing going on my turf? I know you're doing it for a play, but still, I just get irritated because this is my night. All the parodies you can make about that one scene. Get on that, people. Get on that. It's it's just it's like this episode really does complete a lot of things, including like another scene with Fluttershy and Celestia together. Yeah. I haven't seen one of those since, I don't know, season 3. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, there's like if you just watch it, it's a hilarious thing where Celestia is giving Fluttershy like princess lessons.
It's almost like the rumors were true. Fluttershy is the next princess.
But also the another joke you could make is like even Celestia agrees Fluttershy makes best Celestia.
Yes. It's just then who would make the best Luna out of the main six?
Rarity.
Yeah, especially with the Nightmare Rarity arc.
Also, same voice actors.
Yes.
Might explain a few things later on in the series.
Possibly.
Yeah. But see, aside from that, we saw a bit of Spike being abused. Never thought I would see that again.
Good old Spike abuse.
Yeah, but like I felt it was very
justified.
It wasn't cynical. Like it was very natural sort of abuse where like it felt like the other character. It didn't feel out of place compared to the other characters. Like like all the main six are basically being abused by the plot in this episode. And Spike was just no exception to that. But like it didn't feel like back in seasons 1 and 2 and 3, like Spike got beat hard with the plot stick at times.
Oh no! You're forgetting about season 4 when he was done the worst. Where he takes Manhattan with the corn dog being stolen before the song sequence, and then like the whole thing about like the him being like a dumbbell.
Oh yeah, I remember the hot dog scene.
The hot dog scene. It's just too infamous not to remember.
Wait,
yeah, it's
I'm
like
trying to remember it.
It's before the Generosity song, which I loathe.
Huh.
Yeah.
Or it was basically where the bird came down, like stole Spike's hot dog.
Oh, I think I remember it now. Yeah, I remember now.
But yeah, just like it didn't feel like it said Spike abuse, but like it didn't feel like it didn't feel sinister, I guess is the way. It didn't feel
It didn't feel like the writer was taking a piss on him.
Yeah, because honestly, like it actually showed him being a very good voice of reason, along with AJ. Actually, pretty much all the main six besides Twilight.
I mean,
and Pinky, I guess. Pinky,
are you sure to not count Rainbow because she wasn't really a part of the episode so much? And even when she was like, "Oh, look at how many people I was able to get the call."
Yeah, the thing is like though that was really her being stupid because like she was voicing the play before they were like, let's go with this plan. And it was actually, I feel it was a nice sleight of hand where like, it's like, okay, we're just going to cancel this play. And like, none of us, if you would have told most people, like, it would have not noticed that Rainbow wasn't there. And Rainbow just come in and is like, oh, this is like, oh, that's a nice sleight of hand. It would make sense that Rainbow be the one going out and boasting about the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, she's not stupid. She's just like just gleeful about like the amount of people she got on her. So yeah, you're right about that. Like, no, the stupid stick was on Pinky and Twilight. Two characters have been abused in the recent seasons. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. But like, hey, they're not annoying in this. So hey.
No, the thing is, like, I'm not even complaining about Twilight actually making mistakes and all, because that was. I prefer that because that's like classic Twilight where she gets OCD or about something and like she just makes mistakes because of that and then she learns a lesson. That's very classic like pre-Alicorn Twilight. The problem with like post-Alicorn Twilight is we're afraid to sort of make her make normal mistakes and sort of like situations here. It's like sort of reestablishing the status quo with the new status quo with her being accepted or fully being a part of her princess position now.
But yeah, like this episode like really helped with like Twilight like making sure like she wasn't shown off as like an irredeemable villain of sorts. This new writer definitely knew how to like actually use Applejack, which I think that's probably the biggest prop that you can have for a new writer. Not just make her into the stubborn redneck that people have been using.
Yeah, Applejack is always the voice of reason. Always.
He's the straight man, unless it's something to do with family. In which case, yeah, like all those flaws. They build up.
Yeah, like the joke I make about AJ is like, she's a very good voice of reason, just never make her the leader because everything goes wrong when she's leader.
She's only a good Yosuke, a good advisor. You can only have her as your second in command, but once you make her first in command, watch out, or things like what happened in Princess Twilight Sparkle happens.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Uh,
Man, but see, aside from that, I kind of sort of like was mad with like using like the student six. It's like, oh look, they're the ones who volunteered to be like in the theater, so they have to be like in the background and such. You know, gotta
no,
feel
actually, I like that. I thought that was a nice nod to their existence, but not forcing them into episodes. That felt the perfect use of them because it's like how I was saying, like they should have been using like
Starlight and
Starlight for a while, whereas like they don't need to have her a lot of big roles in every episode. Just have to like show her being a part of the community and all that. And like here they're showing like the students being part of like the new status quo. Even if they don't have a big role, they're there and they're sort of involved.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a good use of them.
Yeah.
Aside from that, the only character I thought was a bit out of character was honestly Starlight.
Really?
I wouldn't say she was out of character, but I was going to bring up another point where she just felt not really used much in this episode, where she was just sort of like she was just very much there.
Okay, how should I put this? Like when they were going through like their explanations about like having Celestia be like in the play as the main star, like Starlight mentioned one thing that was like counterintuitive to like how she was in the Royal Prom when she didn't give a damn about whether or not they're apprentices or not. I'm like, that's not what you usually are like, Starlight. You're more of like someone who doesn't give two shits about royalty in the fanatical sense. Like you might acknowledge it depending on your moral gray mentality, but that's it.
Going off of that, actually, I want to say, I guess you could say she was out of character in the sense that like if this is a more Starlight Glimmer focused episode, she would have been much more vocal about, okay, Twilight, this is a very, very bad idea. You can't do this, or I will tell Celestia.
I will tell Celestia. I threatened her with the truth. And I was like, no, you're not supposed to use the truth that way. It's like, no, listen, element of honesty. This is how the real next generation does with your elements. We force it down on people's throats and show them the lies. Display. That's what it means to be an anti-hero.
But yeah, like I guess that, like I said, like I don't feel she was necessarily much out of character. She just got a lot of not focus.
A lot of not focus, and maybe not character, not in line with her character line. That's just really it. Ooh, but let's see. Anything else we could pick apart about this? Let's see. Like, oh yeah, that's why Fleur-de-Lis makes a return.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've seen Fancy Pants a lot, but not Fleur-de-Lis with Fancy Pants. So hey, those who have an item are back on the screen. Let's see. Aside from that, a couple of background ponies from like certain episodes from Tradia make a return. That's something. But I guess they don't really garner as much of a fan base as compared to the older background ponies. So that's kind of a shame for them, for their fans there. Let's see. Aside from that, yeah, I think I really have nothing else to point out. Just this was a very great episode.
I guess I should give my final thoughts on this episode. It's something about an episode working so well with the character it's featuring that makes it so perfect, considering what the episode is, who the character is, and how this episode features that character. It's really rare that we get those kinds of circumstances, and I'm really glad that we got them now in this episode.
Yeah, just sort of give my early two thoughts before you, Carlos. Is I just want to say, like, going off of that, is like I felt this is like going back from what I said about last week's episode, where I said that was a charming episode. I felt this episode was charming too, but like in a different way. Last week's episode was very like a soothing sort of charming, like it was a very relaxing sort of charming episode, like very mellow. But this is a more exhilarating, like very, it's charming, but like in a very eccentric way. Where like it got like her Celestia's characterization well and all. It felt a very energetic and lively episode.
Felt like something unique.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the best of the season so far.
Oh yeah, I think I would agree with that too. What about you, Carlos?
Oh, definitely. When I already say great, it's like I only said like at most good for like the past episodes of season 8. Like most is good, and at worst just character assassinations.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode was definitely not that. Definitely was charming, and I would say welcome to the writing staff for the next 2 seasons, Katie. Hopefully you stay there and then liven things up for the last two seasons.
Enjoy the ride as it comes to the end.
And hopefully you might be able to be transferred off to the next series if you write like this still.
Yeah.
Because I think the new show staff needs you to continue on, because like you barely have any writing credits as it is in your IMDb.
Well, it would be nice for them to keep some of the writers from this show carrying them over, just to have some sort of like continuity of quality.
Continuity of quality. I mean, like these guys are definitely not associated with like the old writers that were the building blocks of Friendship is Magic with like Lauren. So
yeah,
they're still sort of involved, which is like it's weird because like Lauren is still involved a lot, but like she's basically moved on to like a fully executive position.
Yeah, I mean, like she's off working on making a reboot for DC Superhero Girls.
Wait, DC Lauren Foss or?
Yeah, Lauren Foss. Yeah.
Oh no, I'll scratch out. I was thinking Megan McCarthy.
You thought Megan McCarthy was going to jump ship now? Just be like, nope.
No, yeah, because like the way Megan McCarthy is still like she was from the original season, like original cast, but like she's basically still involved, but she's moved on to almost a purely executive position.
Yeah, she let Josh Haber take the reins. Look how well that turned out. Starlight pandering.
The panda seasons. And also the boredom of season 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the slope of destruction that was season 5. Meanwhile, for season 7, it was like a slight incline to better pastures. But now season 8 is like, we've been through the fog of obscurity. Now we reach into the spotlight to see Celestia pull us out from that mist.
And the show is ending in 2 seasons. We got to make it big.
We have to.
We got to make it good.
We can't fall to season 1 by season 9. No, can't. That is why. You see, in a month's time, we're getting close to that episode in which I'm mainly hyped about.
It's all been leading up to this moment.
It's all been leading up to this moment for me. Let's see how they pay up.
I wonder if any of if this season's episodes are going to show around during BronyCon. Because it's in the end of July.
End of July. So let me think. Okay.
Because I think because I thought we were hearing rumors that they're not going to take a break. They're not supposed to have like. Because I can't remember confirm or not, but I remember hearing there wasn't supposed to be like a large hiatus mid-season like there was before.
Yeah.
Like
12, 13, 14.
Which would be nice. That would be like going back to the more original format, and it would more fall in line if they want to try to get all of like the last season in with 2019.
Okay.
Setting up.
So it would be episode 20 that would be like at the end of July weekend. which I forget from like the spoiler, like a script that said the episode names. I'm not sure which one would be it. Wait, no. Wait. I'm starting to remember. If it's what I think it is.
That one Spike episode?
No, there's 2 Spike episodes, but it might be the second one. It might be the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, that would just be like, ooh. I would just be like, I need to steal a webcam from one of these people. That.
I thought that second Spike episode was going to be like episode 23.
Oh, 23?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just wondering that, Derek, do you have the link to that actually?
The what?
To that list you sent us when we were discussing season 8 spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, where the synopsis is?
Yeah.
I don't actually remember. It was like I found that one specific one. It was like through me. No, what's it? Like TV tropes or something like that. It was like one of those articles. I have it actually saved in my editing thing, but like besides that, I have no idea where it is. I mean, if you just remind me, I can get it to you later in the week. I just have to find it because I have it like backup saved somewhere. I have to dig it out. Actually, let me see. I don't have a lot of downloads anymore. Let me see. But yeah, I guess any other final thoughts before?
I can't wait to watch this again.
Me too, and other React series. Like, seriously, this is quite favorable. Like, it still has like the prominence of like Fluttershy in this episode being like a huge positive.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, it's like showing like her timid shyness from stage fright, like in a very realistic way. It's like, you were top billing, but now I have to replace you. Even the most confident soul would still crumble like that. So, yeah, I gotta give credit. It's like, Fluttershy didn't act out of character in this episode. When it came to that. So that's the biggest kudos as well, along with Applejack. So, you, Alex?
Oh, I love this episode.
Love is a powerful word, and you know it's true.
I just like this episode a lot, but I don't have that many thoughts on it. It's just all one big thought. It's just I just love it, and for what it is.
And as for me, it's like it brings me back to the times of theater back in middle school and high school, in which I was in a shadow box theater, or watching the plays of sorts with like my aunt and my father and such. If only if I were to continue to the realm of acting, though, I knew it wouldn't be profitable if I went to college for that degree. But, yeah, this definitely felt like Made in Manhattan Part 2, in my opinion. Just,
yeah.
Like the Celestia theme. Just put Celestia in it, and you get yourself a great episode with her spontaneity. It's kind of weird feeling like I'm the only one that actually cares about Made in Manhattan out of all that Rarity trilogy in season 6. No way, it was season 5. I was a fool. I was a fool of a took. It was season 5 because it happened immediately after the mid-season finale, which was Do Princesses Dream of Magical Sheep.
Plus, it was a map episode.
Yes, it was a map episode, which was the cornerstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like after like the film noir Rarity and the Canterlot Boutique, which introduced Sassy Saddles to all the public. It was almost weird that the fact that I crushed on Sassy at all. Maybe it's just because I like the complementary colors of blue and orange too much. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And I should never forget about Made in Manhattan as being a season 5 episode because it's right before Brotherhood Social. And then immediately after Brotherhood Social is Crusaders of the Lost Mark. So that's like a streak if I ever saw one for season 5.
Wow. Crusaders of the Lost Mark was season 5?
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
it was Amy Keenan Rogers. It was one of Amy Keenan Rogers' last episodes.
I think it was her last episode.
No, it wasn't her last episode because we got the main attraction with Rara. The last episode before Cutie Remark being Amy's last piece of work.
It felt like Crusaders was either a season 6 or 7 episode. It was really that long ago?
It was that long ago, Alex.
Oh my god.
Your memories are being confused because the whole feel of the Haber seasons are too cloudy. They're not distinct enough.
Yeah.
Season 6 was a mess season.
But but I guess we need to sign off.
Yeah.
We see y'all.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.